Hey, welcome to Devotions with Dallas. And I know I am in a different setting. I'm working from home today, but I do have a word for you. Psalm 91 and 1 says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty." And that scripture is talking about God's divine protection. A lot of times I think about when people walk out of our lives, we may look at that as them rejecting us. Or if a door is shut, we tend to feel some kind of way about that. And we'll look at that as rejection or us not being good enough or, them just simply not wanting us for whatever reason. But how many of you know that just because you felt rejection, that doesn't mean that that's what it really was? Sometimes that's God's divine protection. Sometimes that's God's way of shutting down what could harm you later. And He's preventing us from moving in the wrong direction. You see, I don't want to be anywhere where the Spirit of the Lord is not. I want to be in right alignment with His will and with His purpose for my life. Because if I'm in alignment, then I'll open myself up to be blessed. If I am in alignment, I open myself up to have divine favor. You see, when we get out of alignment, there's no telling what might happen. One of the things that I say at our church, before we lead someone to Christ, I'll say, do you know if you are up under the umbrella of protection? And when I ask them if they're up under the umbrella, I'm saying to them, are you sure about where you stand with Christ? And so today I want to ask you that. Are you up under the umbrella of protection? Meaning the protection of the Lord. You see, if you're a person that meets Him in your secret place, in the secret closets of your heart, if you're a person that prays and that seeks His face and not just His hand, then what you're doing is you're developing an ear to hear what He has to say. And so when He tells us no, we might be mad for a minute. I don't know about you, but I get mad. However, because I've developed an ear to hear, when things don't go my way, I simply give it back to Him and I say, all right, God, fix my emotions, fix my attitude, because you shut the door for a reason. They walked away for a reason. And so instead of me looking, at that situation from a negative standpoint, from a place where I'm thinking they're rejecting me, I need to look at it from your perspective as you protecting me. You see, it is a privilege and an honor for me as a child of God to be anywhere where my feet land, and you too. So don't always look at it as a negative thing. Look at it as God's divine protection. You see, He doesn't want us anywhere where He is not. And so because He loves you, He's always willing to lead, even if that means that He has to disappoint us sometime. Listen, I gotta go, but I love you and God bless you. Stay warm.